Thank you so much, Sean, for joining the Journey podcast today. I think Scott reached out to you a few times, and good to finally have you on the podcast.
Few times, meh?
Yeah.
Was it? I think I reached one on email as well. If I'm not wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Email once, then I know DM once.
Yeah.
Then if it's a dude, then like, okay, next. Then it's like, the Journey podcast. Oh, this one seems legit.
But yeah, I think with every other guest, we have to reach out a few times. But I really appreciate you getting back to us and coming on the podcast.
No problem.
Yeah.
So it's a habit that I try to clear as much DMs as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look into the IG stories, but again, dude, then when I click into the profile, I cannot see. It's hidden. Then okay.
Yeah. So I think the let's jump into it, right? We know you started off. Right now, you're a very famous YouTuber, but you didn't start off doing YouTube videos. You started off actually in property sales.
Yeah.
Right. How was it back then in property sales, and how did you actually get involved in it?
So I was architectural student first.
Okay.
So architectural student,
So that's
and
why your interest was furniture.
my interest on buildings.
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 Okay.
So in order to finance myself through master's degree, so at that time there's no part 2 or part 3 program. So architecture, there's part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 2 is masters. And in Malaysia, there weren't any private institution that provides it. If got, it's like very expensive.
Yep.
So I needed money. So in architectural days, like for those who went through architectural studies before, we don't sleep, man.
Okay.
So there was this, I shared this before, I get bashed a lot, but don't care. Per week, I only sleep around a day, which meaning I sleep only 24 hours a week.
Okay. So total accumulated hours is 24 hours.
So there will be average of 2 days without sleep.
Wow.
So that was for 2 years because I was working and studying and then doing coursework,
Okay.
then giving tuition, then doing all this in the same time.
Why so many things at the same time?
Because
Support
that
yourself.
time my parents they were affected by the financial crisis,
2008, is it?
2829. Then I was supposed to be a high scholar.
Yeah.
So my SPM were very good. Then I flung my A levels. Then so that's when they tell me, hey, you now I need to pay school fees. They took my school fees and moved somewhere else just because this kid is smart, I can use it for the scholarship, right? But then I need to go studies. Then I was trying to save up a year. So I checked out my seniors. A year in Australia is going to take like 100,000.
Okay.
I need 100,000, but which means like 30,000 Aussie dollar only.
Yeah.
I started saving as much as I can, but I can't make any ends meet because per month extra 500, right? Nothing, man. Then when you go uni, friends, go makan a bit, finish
that's
already.
it,
Yeah. Then it's not the way forward, so I started learning how to invest.
Invest in what?
Stocks.
Okay.
So I was in stocks, I was in illegal gold tradings. Let's not go too deep, that one.
Yeah.
Then I was into things that will make money, basically, just to have that amount.
And were you making money through trading stocks and all?
Yes. So I bought warrant. I went in straight warrant because if I can lose $1,000 is fine.
Yeah.
But that 1,000 made like 6,000 to 8,000 in the end of the semester.
Wow.
But it's still not fast enough. Just because the amount is small, ma.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
the target's really high.
Yeah. So this is going through via my mom's remisier then.
Yep.
It was not online yet. So I got into real estate with the intention of money
While you were studying.
while I'm studying.
Okay.
So right after graduation, right, I started going into the Sungai Buloh factories really. And because my aunt, when I was younger, I followed her around because Taman Sri Muda, where I stay, Banjai.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I was dropping by her place for 2 weeks around
Yeah.
there. Then she fetched me around factories. And then she stopped by, go down and ask the money for our money. Ask the uncle for money. Like, what do you mean? Just go down, get a check, come out, then we all go lunch. Then after the first week, then the second week, then I start asking her like, why are people paying you?
Yeah.
Then like, they're paying for my space, ma. Then at 13 or 12, right, then like, space, what is that? Then only when I go back again, when I'm 19, 20, after uni, then only I started going into real estate.
Okay.
And then from the first week itself, I sold a factory.
You sold a factory.
Yeah.
Okay, but how did you get access to this?
How did you buy it?
Yeah. So no, I mean, so meaning I get somebody who wants to sell it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I put it on iProperty. iProperty back then was almost free. Now it's very, very expensive
Yes,
to
yes,
advertise. Last time it was very
They were
free.
building the user base and all.
Yeah, and you tell people you want to sell factories online. Come on. And I put the picture, I go to the morning, I go to the site, upload.
Wow.
Noon, got people call already.
Wow, really?
Then my first amount is 17,800.
That's your first commission.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been like gold for you.
Then you're like, why do people work?
Yeah, so easy to make money.
Oh, then everybody like 2,008 lah, 3,000 for masters lah. Like, what the hell? Then that's when the whole thing started lah. Then after I sell factories, then I sell houses. Then I wanted to sell land, and I want to sell more complicated stuff.
Yep.
Then only I realized that, hey, money doesn't motivate me as much. Although I'm a baller already, like Thursday to Sunday, you will see me at Zouk, at my second home.
So like commission.
Yeah, so that, and you see all similar people because it's so easy to make. Then I look at uncles who are also my team members.
Yep.
Then you look at them like by 42, you are still doing the same thing. Quite sad, right? Then I'm like 21, 22, only like, don't want lah. Then only I start looking for other stuff.
Okay.
Then I want to sell malls. That's when Mid Valley was on sale.
Mid Valley was on sale. What do you mean? So that means they had just built the mall and then they were.
No, they want to exit out into a REIT company.
Okay.
So now it's under a REIT company.
Okay.
So then you're like, oh, people actually buy more. Then got people sell hotels. Then I only, okay, like, let's get smarter. I go and attend my master's class in real estate. So a lot of people don't know I have a master's degree in real estate. And I was the youngest dude in class.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I need to grow all this.
because you look old, right?
Cool fact, right? When I do coursework, I need to work with my classmates' assistant.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they are GM in property
Exactly.
development
Yes,
company.
yes.
They are all that like 40 plus 50. And I was like mere 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was after your architecture.
Yeah, this is right after my architecture. And because when I was interning, I realized the harsh reality of it. Architecture is not meant for poor people to study. So my office was in somewhere around here also. Then the allowance I get cannot even pay for car park. Car park here not cheap lah. First of all lah. Then unfortunately I work under the Nasi Lemak, above the Nasi Lemak village park.
Village
Nasi
park,
Lemak.
okay.
The office is around there.
Yep.
Then every day I can eat one meal and that's about it. So that's the whole allowance.
My God.
And we go there and fold papers only. So I was designing toilets for 6 months.
Yep. But these are like high-end toilets or like.
No, so like got bungalow toilets, got
Okay.
apartment toilets.
Yeah.
So when if you look through the videos right now, I pay a lot of attention to toilets.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a lot of science in toilet, just that a lot of people don't
The
care.
sewage and all that, right?
Yeah, so the position of your WC,
Yeah.
how is it attached? Is it a C type? Is it a S type? Directly to the wall or to the floor? Why? Yeah, then you sit there. Oh, but with all that is with the intention to get money. After I started having savings, when I can really finally go,
Yep.
do I want to still go? No more.
No more already. Yeah.
I can never come back, right? And have this amount of pay.
Yeah.
So I look at my classmates right now who are still in architecture. I'm glad I made, because
Yeah.
it's really for people who are very, very passionate. They really love architecture,
Yeah.
or they have money.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you talk about classmates, right? What you do, what you did back then, you know, studying, doing your master's, selling property, is very different from what your other friends would be doing,
Yeah.
right? How do you maintain the discipline to do that?
In Chinese, we call it bo pian,
What does that mean?
meaning like there's no other way.
Yeah.
Like it's a very big sad thing.
Yeah.
Last time when I still don't understand after coursework, the final FYP,
Yeah.
then everybody go party one it's a norm. So everybody starts having fancy dinners, wear fancy, then go clubs after that. I can't. I need to go and teach tuition.
My God.
Then weekends I need to go teach music.
So the motivation came to earn lah, basically on
You didn't
monetary
have a
lah, in a
choice.
way.
Yeah, monetary.
Monetary lah.
Yeah, so I need to buy my own camera. And last time, right, for PC alone, like Core 2 Duo was the highest spec.
Yeah.
There's no Pentium like i3, i5. Don't have yet. So it's like Atom was the highest spec, and we do rendering and all. So it was based on how much money you have, you will win the coursework.
Oh my god. Because the quality of your work depends on
On the technology.
Yeah.
So like layouts, like we do the presentation,
Yeah.
to print, and I need like 600 to 1,000 just to print my homework out. And then when you go back home, like I need money to print. No, the deal was we pay tuition, you figure out the rest. But the rest here is like charcoal pen, the pens for architecture drawings, right? It's insanely pricey.
Yeah.
So everyone had like very nice materials to work with. I go with basic stuff like black and white.
Yeah.
Not out of choice. People like, I want to go stylo, I go black and white. No, because I only buy one pen.
Yeah.
The other people buy many color
They got a
pens.
choice, right?
Yeah.
But how did that make you feel though? Like, you know, when you finished your semester, everyone was celebrating and you had to go teach tuition.
You feel like left out or anything like that, you know?
Left out, definitely. Not going to lie. But after the first or second semester, then you know that I cannot mix anymore. Because the thinking is very different already.
Yeah.
Like you need to hustle for your own lunch, right? Don't say school fees lah. Let's just hustle for lunch. Then like while they were partying, they still have that entitlement that everything needs to be provided.
Yeah.
Like they were picking which uni to go to after graduation. Right, I was picking which firm or how to make money. Hey, is this legal or illegal? But illegal, but can make money. Oh. Let's go.
Desperate times. Desperate times, yeah.
So that formed a habit of being very resourceful.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is what carried through until today. Yeah, having no money, right, is not scary, man.
Yeah.
Having no hope is worse.
But then now that when you started going to real estate, you started having the money, like you said, your first commission was 17,000. Right? How did it make you feel? Like was it like on top of the world? Like, you know, like was it like has your motivation now been paid off because of the money that you have right now?
But shock, sure damn shock lah, right? The 17,000. Wow, what am I going to do? But I realized I don't know what to do with the money. Because I was not brought up with fancy stuff.
Yep.
So the 70,000 end up all buy stock.
Oh wow. So
To
invested all of it.
To earn more.
To earn more. Then like I took half of it to buy stock, then half of it to put into advertisements and get a better shirt and tie.
Wow. So you're investing back in yourself.
Yeah, invest back in myself. So after I made a little bit more, then only I start partying.
Yeah.
So partying is with the intent to get to know people. And like at that time, like it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Yeah.
I started learning how to play golf, so I know people.
Yeah.
But I ended up being too kiasu. I was too into the game.
You wanted to
So
that's it out lah.
yeah, so I got into a lot of things with a lot of different intent.
Yeah.
But there's no fanciness throughout this whole journey. Like with a lot of money still, like now I'm doing my best like this year or last year lah. But I'm still like that. Like
Simple. You're
yeah,
being
people were
yourself.
just asking like what kind of shoe I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's Palas.
Yeah.
It's $38.
Those were the ones in school back then.
Yeah, and it's damn comfortable.
It's damn comfortable. Yeah.
So you look at it like Converse and Palas, like nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. Yeah. So with that, so that's the whole journey, and even like you drag the timeline a little bit more. Looking at my classmates now, they are still working. Normally, you can almost predict their future, but it's only me who is the wild card. But if you think back, it's damn risky.
Yeah.
Everyone was studying design magazines in school.
Yeah.
I was studying personal money. This is
But why would you say that's risky? I thought that's really smart of you to do actually.
when I go to masters, it was very tough for them to accept me because you are architecture, you not estate management, you not other courses, not business course, you architecture technical, you can or not. Then I'm the only dude that went through interview just to go in. Yeah, then all this hardship just because you're different. And until like before I started the channel, every time I go into interviews, the main comment is you are too enterprising. We cannot have you. Yeah.
That means you what they're trying to say is that you don't fit into their system. You actually think of out of the box, or you're just too creative.
Yeah. So I'm always doing things that is beyond norm.
Yeah.
It's either I'm very smart, I get things very quick,
Yeah.
or I'm just rebellious. So when you're younger, people think that you're rebellious.
Yeah.
Too young, like you
Yeah.
were hot-headed. But after a while, then why do I need 3 years to learn what you do rather than 3 months?
Yeah.
Then I know how to innovate it already.
Yeah.
But it's very hard for people to accept that. And it has been, so only thinking back like now, that has always been like, when we are given a coursework, I already know how to score.
You've known this. You figured the system out.
Yeah, I already know how to score, so I use half the time to finish up the coursework. Then I will go work and earn more money. Now my master's degree is 1.5 years, but I finished in a year,
Wow.
including my
Including working as well.
including working, including my viva, my final presentation. And I didn't know any other subject because I didn't go to the library.
Yeah.
I didn't go and kamjing with all the lecturers.
Yeah.
So I used my own REITs investment, and I used REITs as my final paper.
So during this time as well, you were also, I mean, not only selling property, but I think we understand that you were also investing in
Buying,
properties, buying properties, right?
Yeah.
How did you find the cash to do that? Because it was not just 1, 2 properties, so quite a few, right?
Yeah.
And how did you find the risk appetite to do that as well?
So I got my very first at 22, 23. And that was the first one where I got all the commission and to figure out. Then this was when I go back to development office really.
Yeah.
So I was working with a developer. And every 27, you will have your pay. Then like, let's do something about it lah. Then I ngam, I have like 30 over thousand. With this 30 over thousand, let's go look for an apartment that I can afford. So I went for it. Then that's the first. Then the second, I got no more capital. Let's buy new. Then got another friend who came. Hey, you buy, I also want to buy. Okay, let's share.
The Johor story.
No, this is not the Johor one.
That's the
This is not the Johor one. The Johor one is the after this.
Yeah.
Which is the fourth one. So only then you figure out, that's when the time there was no quota yet, the 290% quota was just introduced. Then you're like, last time there's this interest waiver by developers. You don't have to pay anything until you get the keys.
Yeah.
So I was very active that time. Then you listen to all stories. No need to work one shot. Just buy property and sell. This is the Setia Eco Park stories.
Yeah.
This is the Desa Park City stories. Everybody buy and sell, and all millions. And so I personally witnessed people making money from property investment. Not so much on cash flow yet, where rent out. They don't rent out on buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell.
So you buy, and even before you get the keys, you sell.
Or you cannot sell. Once you get the keys, you can sell.
Okay.
So they make like 50%, 60% easily.
Wow.
Some double. Then when I go
But
back,
what makes the price go up so quickly? I mean, like,
back then it's because developers are scarce. Not many developers back then. Then it was all insiders.
yeah.
So there's no social media. So before they do publication in newspapers, right? The only way that you know whether got sale or not.
Insider.
So all insider, hey, my friend. So the rich will get richer. Imagine you get a Damansara Utama unit back then.
Yeah.
Everybody, but a lot of times when I speak to so many people, right, 60% luck, 40% ignorance. Meaning they have and that's the Asian culture that we live in. No matter how, property is a very important part.
Yes.
So if you have money versus a house, get the house first.
Yeah.
Get a house, always get a house. So all landed. Then when apartment starts coming in, then only until now a lot of uncles and aunties still hate apartments, one.
Yeah.
Just because
I want to ask you about that later on, like landed versus apartment.
because they don't understand. They haven't stepped into an apartment before.
Yeah.
So you have all this which I really like lah. Going all through this. Then why they make money? Just because we are developing. Like we are very good in building highways, infrastructures. Our LRTs are amazing. MRT construction is very fast.
Yeah.
Smart tunnels and all those are great for properties.
prices too. Okay. And after that, after buying a few properties, you eventually started doing what you're doing now, which is videos, right? How did that come up?
actually, so after
But even before that, right? Like I'm sure that buying properties, you learn few stuff over there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you had a few downturns and all that.
Mm.
So what were your lessons that you can share? Like in terms of buying properties and looking at how you went through this, so
Yep,
that
yep.
someone can also.
So I learned the very important thing is there's two ways of investment. One is by having money. One is without having money.
Okay.
So I didn't have money when I started. So like 30,000, like, hey, at least you have 30,000. Hey, 30,000 nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, you think about it, right? So I started with 30,000. I buy my first one. Then I get the SPA. Then I go KWSP. Withdraw everything from account 2. Then I go my second one already. Then I use credit cards to buy furniture. Then zero interest.
Yep.
Then I go merge with other friends, get third one, then go another one, get fourth one, get cashbacks and do all these kind of things.
They never check on your CTOS score and all those kind of things.
It's all legit.
It's
I'm
all
not
legit.
doing illegal stuff here.
Okay.
It's all legit.
So they are all approving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then sometimes like, oh, I cannot approve your loan, but I got masters. Okay.
Wow.
Because that last time, that's why one of my loans are 40 years term.
And you were taking it while you were very young as well.
Yeah. That's why. So only then I understand like buying young has advantages. So that's why I keep encouraging. But because I was over gearing, I think if that's the thing that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I was over gearing like mad. So my money, my salary was like 6,000 only. But I think I shared in the YouTube channel before, the monthly installment for one of the investment is 12,000 because I made a mistake.
He reduced the period.
Yeah, my partner reduces the tenure period because he's very rich. He can buy a row of houses. But just that, why pay so? That's only when I realized when you have money, you don't want to pay interest.
Yeah.
Just because you can afford to. I can't.
Correct.
I got my life only. So just paying my own half, which is 6,000, right? 28, my income come in,
God.
finish, and this is one out of several properties I have.
Exactly.
So what about living? So I calculated like I was living around 380 to 420 a month expenses, including petrol.
God. That's ridiculous.
Then I
What did you eat?
was actively looking for blood campaigns, so I can save 1 or 2 meals. And then that was the time when my housemate, I see you, I skinny already lah. Let's go. I can bring you go eat chap fan, economy rice. I literally shed tears, because like, wow. That's why now I go back economy rice. It's a luxury.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of people don't realize that, right?
yeah, like just go eat chap fan. Now you don't have omakase, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Right? So by going through that, there was an enlightenment where I know why lyrics, right, of songs pray that you have the strength to carry on. I prefer money, ma. Why want strength? That's only when I went into some Tony Robbins stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, instantly you will feel empowered by counting blessings.
Yep.
So, okay, today I'm healthy.
Yep.
My family members are healthy. I start from zero, although some negatives lah. But I can use everything, this vehicle, to go out and fight and make money back.
Yep.
Suddenly, like, okay, you're in that action mode. Okay, then what can I do? I'm good in Photoshop. Then I start getting these gigs for doing image.
Yep.
Then I'm good with artworks. Then I was designing hats for people's annual dinner.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is like 300, 500.
Yeah.
Then that's when my wife started using MWay stuff, MLM stuff. Then then they're getting paid for their bonus. Then ended up I go and listen. I'm Malaysia's fastest platinum.
Wow.
For Emery.
Anyway.
So people like the first time they do like 3 years, 4 years, 7 months I got it already.
And this is because of your network.
No, just because I was desperate. So in 7 months, I think I have a member of 200 to 300 people.
Wow.
I was really aggressive. People like 5 appointments a week. I have 5
And you
appointments
went
a day.
You went all out. lah.
Went to Singapore. So I take a bag full of stuff from Johor. I was in Johor then go into Singapore, and if my bag is not empty, I will not come back.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, so that was the fighting spirit.
That was all on your mindset, right? How did you get that kind of mindset, to do all this? From having no money, from doing anything you could to earn money. How do you have that mindset since when you were young?
Kiasu is one. I think sports trains us
Yeah.
for that. So like, there's no way like, hey, coach help me.
Yeah.
When you're in a penalty or you're in a free throw position, right? Only you is your fault, ma. So I think accountability helps a lot. And I could have just went back to my dad. Hey, I'm in a
exactly.
debt. They can help. Can you help me or not? I'd rather go bankrupt than to ask for help from my family members. And I don't know why. Until today, I still cannot figure out why I choose
Is
to.
it because of your pride?
Pride or not, I'd rather donate blood already.
Yeah.
So I don't think pride is part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And when you do sales, you need to put yourself way down.
Yes.
And that's a very big downturn, especially for corporate people turn freelancer or sales, right? They forget that people respect the chair, not you. So I was one of the youngest head of departments in the property development company. And in order to climb up, you need to step through people. Not everybody is fancy over you.
Yeah.
And once you are down, right, you realize that all those so-called friends, not really though. Like I was trying to sell toothpaste. Anything that you can imagine, like toothpaste, toothbrush, the detergent, water filter, whatever, right? I was damn good in facial beauty stuff. Just by getting one toothpaste, right, they will ask you them a lot of questions. It's like 16.90 only. But why you go and buy a Colgate from people, you don't ask that much, but you buy from me, right?
You asked a lot of questions. Yeah.
That's when Jack Ma said, when you ask your relative to buy from you, it's like you owe them something.
Yeah.
Right? So when you try to start up something, it's always the strangest.
That will actually come by from
Yeah. But then when you made it really, why you look back to your family members and celebrate with them?
Yeah.
They weren't there in the first place.
You go and celebrate with the strangers.
Yeah. So that is when okay, all this, right? So this big drop, then only like 4 family members didn't care. And well, some of them didn't know also because I didn't tell about it.
Yeah.
And there's also like when you think about pride is you always try to look good in front of your mom, especially. Like
You don't want her to feel worried.
Yeah. The metaphor is when I didn't even have money to pay toll on the way back from Johor to toll cannot even make it already. Need to go into Seremban to take a local road just to save up toll just to make it back. Then the metaphor is like whole body blood. But when I reach home, I just change the shirt to at least not let them see blood. Is everything okay? You look tired. Like, okay lah. Actually, not enough blood Yeah.
Wow.
So that was the strength.
Yeah.
And looking back, right, if I were to do it again, I think it's going to be fine. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
Because
you've been through it before.
because I'm still healthy.
Yeah.
Imagine for those who don't have
Exactly.
health,
Exactly.
who have a sick mother or that one is worse though.
So I'm just curious, what happened to your other properties and all that? Like once you mentioned that you couldn't afford to pay and all that. So what happened to your other properties and all that?
So this is the classic examples. You have 5 pots, 3 leads.
Okay.
So see which one you can cover lah.
Yeah.
So on a daily basis, I will have 5 bankers that calls me.
Oh my God. But these bankers are ruthless.
They're just doing their job.
Yeah.
And I know them by name.
Yeah.
By the time every day, Kak Siti tahu minggu depan. Just like I went to AKPK
Yeah.
just to declare bankrupt, see whether there's a possibility. Then because we will help you manage your debt, right? No, you have managed my credit card debts only.
Yeah.
Then they would thought that I was joking. The officer thought I was seriously. You datang ni buat apa? I nak tolong saya lah. You ada rumah juta tau. Credit card you 4,000 settle lah. Aiyo. So a lot of people don't get it. What is asset rich? What is cash rich?
Cash rich, yeah.
So that is like and I paid. I took the train to come here
All the way.
KPK, then sit there. Yeah, so after knowing all this, then when you step out from the corporate ladder, then you have all this shitty stuff going into you, then you will know how ruthless world is. Suddenly, like you got no friends. Suddenly, people don't take out your phone calls because like once you're doing like MLM or insurance stuff,
that's
or
it.
They just avoid
the
you.
whole friend know already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sean gonna call insurance, insurance.
I'm calling show Conca, sell something to me.
So that reminds me, what is friends again? Right? So that was the enlightenment. But my mom is always there.
Yeah.
Hey, help me buy the shampoo, help me buy this, help me buy that. Like she got a lot at home. But she's still helping, you know.
Yeah.
Then then some auntie, drive all the fancy stuff. Like ask buy one, right? Please lah. I need that one to make it only. I will actually buy back from you. I just need you to pay up first. Because if you pay up first, then I get bonus, then I buy back from you.
Yeah.
No one lah, you cannot make it one lah. Don't waste time lah.
Wow, they would tell you that to your
Yeah,
face.
a lot of times. So this is also when I think about why do we invest so much time in so-called fake friendships. Like at that time, the only thing that was very important to me was health and time. Then when I started making it ready, I get all the bonus in from the MLM, then I started getting new jobs. I applied for 162 companies, if not mistaken.
For jobs.
Yeah, because in the corporate setting, I was being hate. Too young, then now some mistakes. Oh, he's good. I invented the Malaysia Book of Records for the very first online customization system. You get to buy your unit and you customize the height, the number of rooms you want, furnished or not, and
You
pay
developed that.
and pay via PayPal. You don't even have to see me.
Yeah.
That's like a dream come true for introverts.
Exactly,
Yeah.
The worst thing is I want to step into a sales gallery. I invented that. Then after I leave, everyone celebrate, but they don't know how to run the system. So that was the only thing that they can shout until today. Still shouting.
Yeah.
It was like 6 years ago already. So with all that, now when I go back into the KL, then I start selling property for real estate agent using my digital marketing skills.
Yeah.
Then only like start making money. Then my goal is, this month I got $50 extra.
$50.
That was I got a new pay, then cover all commitment.
Yeah.
I'm not in negative.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the worst thing is I had 8 months of zero insurance time. Meaning I was not covered under corporate. I got no insurance. Then I surrender my policy.
Yeah. And if anything were to happen.
Then in that 6 months time, right, 8 months time, if anything were to happen, then suddenly you realize how important insurance is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even get sick.
Exactly.
It's just for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So a lot of people they don't even come to think about
Yeah.
actually your insurance costs money, your phone costs money. My phone bills I switched back to prepaid for a while. $30 a month instead of $100. I cannot $70 can eat 1 week.
Exactly. That's fun. It's okay. lah.
Yeah, so I didn't have so I was so poor that I was at first at site. I pour concrete, do site work. Then they switched me back just because I was younger. They asked me to do branding and marketing. I need to wear shirts and slacks.
Yep.
But I didn't have money. So there's this manager that gives me his old shirts. So I was wearing oversized shirt. Then I got teased about it.
Yeah.
But I have some until now. I'm still wearing them on purpose.
Just to remind yourself.
Yeah, to remind myself. Like this in corporate setting, like everyone against each other trying to climb a ladder, there will still be warmth.
1 or 2.
Yeah. So now if I make because now he's like GM or whatsoever already. But every now and then I still visit him, say hi or whatsoever.
You talk about digital marketing, you're pretty good at it, right? Is that how your YouTube started?
So I was doing a lot of Facebook ads. And cost per lead was like a cent, 0.01 cent to generate leads.
So cheap.
Yeah, and I was the first dude that used video. And just because I was so good at it, the boss asked me to give training to internal staffs.
Okay. So wait, just to give a bit of sense of timeline, right? This is happening after you came out from the whole slump. Okay.
Yep. So this is still within, but better. So water level is not here.
50
but,
ringgit.
But here it is.
Yeah,
now.
okay.
At nose level.
Yeah.
Then when I start training them, then I start to realize that everybody will know how to do this. What's going to be the differentiating factor will be
you.
branding. Why must I buy from you then instead of him when both of you are selling the same project?
thing,
So I was telling the whole world, hey, you guys start doing channels like this. I think it will be fun. Then everybody's like, Sean, you talk so much, you think easy, agent, huh? You hold it in office stock easy. Then like, you know what? I start lor.
You did it yourself.
Yeah, so I was pretty good in branding. So I
Yeah.
was so good that I got sued by Disney.
You got sued by Disney.
So not me lah, but I represented my company, so
Yeah.
kena sue lah. Because
For what?
I did
For what, yeah.
I did some artwork relating to Iron Man and Spider-Man or whoever.
Yeah.
That-
But for Disney to sue you means that it got pretty big.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the artwork went so viral that somebody in Hong Kong, which is Asia Pacific branch, saw it.
Okay.
Then they traced back to, hey, where's this project in Johor?
Shit, okay.
Then only like, oh, I can go so far without
Exactly.
any money, you know.
Yeah.
That's when like, oh, social media I think can. Then I was into Facebook.
What
then.
what year was that?
I forgot, this was like Avengers, the huge thing,
Yeah.
the huge Iron
Yeah.
Man that hits Hulk one.
Early
And-
2000s, 2010, 2012.
Something around there lah. Something around there.
Okay.
Then after that only when I start doing the channel, it's because of my skill sets of branding. So I know, okay, don't stop branding companies that I work for, branding myself instead, like using all the skills.
Yeah.
But what really pushed it forward is the need of it. Because on weekends, for fun, I go see properties. Man. Whenever there's hoardings, I'll just stop by, look, is what is inside. Then,
Yeah.
then I'll see a lot of dogs with the sand piles. Then people will start shouting at you, security guards. Apa you buat?
Yeah.
Then, siapa client siapa? Then all is very common. And just because I cannot buy any more, I still like to see. So my friends will start calling me, hey Sean, I want to see property. Hey, you also getting married when you want to propose congratulations. Okay, let's go. And when time is not enough already, then only I notice that, hey, not everyone knows how to see property.
Okay.
Let's try to make one video and see lah. So I start making one, and back then I need to beg agents to let me shoot a video for them.
So you go in viewing, but you bring a camera along.
I bring an iPhone 6s.
Okay.
So
That's how you started.
So there was no white lens back then.
Okay.
White lens that was like 3 years ago. Only.
Yeah.
So the first video out, second video out, then they would like starts commenting already. Then the most important comment is, Sean, I like what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I can't see what's behind your face.
So mean.
Because the camera, right? I cannot see anything behind the head.
Yeah.
I was like,
There's no white lens, right?
Yeah. I was huge. I was fat lah. Then I start doing again and again, and I did like 150 videos for free.
Wow. 150 videos within how long?
So a week I upload like 3 to 4.
So you go 3 to 4 different properties to view a week, and
Yeah.
then you upload those videos.
Yeah. So I try. So there are some like office bound, topic based, then some vlog based.
Yeah.
So just testing it out, and I was learning how to edit using YouTube as my teacher. So Peter McKinnon was big, Casey Neistat was big.
Yeah. But
So
these names are not Malaysian names. Were you the first person in Malaysia to be doing this?
the property based, yes.
Wow.
So like a vloggy
Yeah.
based kind of property thing. So like when I think it's like episode 24, there was the comment saying that, Sean, you really helped me. Then like how? Because a lot of people work Monday to Saturday, Sunday do house chores and take care of the
They don't
kids.
have time to even.
When got time to shop properties?
Correct.
To make appointments, if you want to go viewing on an actual unit today, right? The amount of coordination work you need to do.
So yeah, timing.
Yeah, then sometimes like, hey, oh sorry, I'm late. Oh sorry, today I forgot. Sorry, raining. Then because of that, she gets to virtually see properties.
Yep.
And that saves time.
Correct.
And an expert is giving the tour.
Yeah.
You know, your whole.
So that time not
insights
so
and-
expert yet. So
Yeah.
last time it's like whatever you see, then okay that's about it.
Yeah.
Because when you go into apartment, or the apartment unit looks pretty similar.
Yeah.
But it's the facilities there, the corridor, the entrance, those makes all the difference.
Correct. Well, how do you choose which apartments to go and view? Do they pay you like? Does anyone like sponsor you or?
So there's two ways. So initial days is I see what I get.
Yep.
Whatever who wants to let me see, I
Yeah.
go. But after I joined the Makeover Guys, which is the property solution company, there's a bowl of keys. So whoever wants to do the makeover,
Yeah.
they will pass the keys to us.
Okay.
And this is like candy store to me lah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, let's go this one.
go.
Let's go.
Okay.
So after that, then I like to see important buildings like Four Seasons.
Yeah.
But those requires a little bit more professional arrangements. Then agents bring me through, and then like now because of the channel growing so fast, there will be developers who want to shout out their new project.
Yep.
So that was the dilemma. How do I tell people the truth?
Correct. That's what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
How do you not be biased about it when they're paying you money?
So two things. One is because I have done a lot of previous episodes.
Yeah.
So you can really tell by how I speak. Why suddenly this episode Sean very weird? Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like for professional arrangement, for those who are not familiar with video shootings, right? People ask for storyline, which frame, how long is the video. I didn't have any because I always go to the project first time I start shooting really. It's that first impression.
So it's so spontaneous, candid. Okay.
So if it's raining, I will just hide at the clubhouse for a while.
Yeah.
Just really, literally wait to stop.
Wow.
Then only several brands came to me and they started letting me try. So it was a bonus back then for me because I had access already.
Yes.
So now I can openly talk about their project and they are not pissed off because whenever I talk about their bad stuff.
They're okay with it.
Yeah. So because of this is companies with new or younger marketing teams.
Yeah.
So they take feedbacks.
Yeah. So the good thing is, I always tell them no projects are perfect.
Correct.
If everything is so perfect, right, the price won't be.
Yeah. And people will actually doubt the whole presentation or the whole video.
Yeah. So this was the main agreement whenever like somebody wants to sponsor me or whatever, you need to accept this fact first. Don't tell me your project that great.
Yeah.
Then some older birds, they will still argue that, no, mine is the best. Then why you didn't buy? That's why a lot of people still don't like me. If you notice in the channel, not all developers project I get to cover. Just with that fact lah.
But that's because you stick true to your values and principles as well.
Yeah. So the way I'm collecting money right now is by program. So I think back in one Chinese New Year, I actually forget the golden time for TV.
Yeah.
Right after dinner, after news or before news, that slot, the advertisement slot was the most important.
Yeah. Most viewed.
Most
slots,
viewed.
yeah.
And then why? Oh, people pay for that slot. Hey, how about I sell you slots instead of me having all projects to put up? So I started scheduling my one property a week. If I were to share 4 properties a week, a lot of people cannot tahan.
Yeah.
Too much already, Sean, too much. I don't know which location is which one already. So I schedule one a week and I didn't stop for 4 years.
Wow.
So if you want your project to be featured, I can go shoot it and slot it at the time that you want in accordance to your marketing campaign. So that's how I do it. So I sell slots because a lot of clients initially, they want me, hey, go reshoot. I can't. I don't do reshoots.
Yep.
It's either you don't want the video, but I'll still upload it. Because I seriously don't care whether you pay me or not.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I'm still working under somebody today. Although I make good money or whatsoever. Then the audience, I have confidence in the audience where they know whether this is paid or not.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. It's very hard to read scripts when you are next to the road
Exactly.
Yeah.
rapping about how bad the project is. And a lot of things you cannot really say, but I got into trouble a lot of times whenever like I have phone calls. Sean, this is Dato Tan. I don't like the video you make.
Oh wow.
Then like the reply will be, which group Dato are you from? Because a lot of Dato, they said they got one Dato come and threaten me also.
How do you handle all this, Sean? Like, I mean, you have a family and all.
No, they don't. That's why a lot of people don't know where I stay.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know the real name of my son.
Yeah.
So all these are kept private. So that is the different thing. I need to be big enough, right? So big that people cannot publicly do anything anymore. Yeah, but this is one out of maybe 100 projects.
Yeah.
So to me, it's negligible. So a lot of people like to focus on that one bad comment, that one bad client, but they forget about the 80 over clients, which is amazing. So the payment started when I shut up about a project. I was editing the video on my wedding day. My wedding day, I'm going to get married later today.
And you really
Yeah.
video.
I was uploading the video.
Yeah.
So after I upload, okay, let's go get married.
Yo,
Your
how
wife
I
must
feel.
have been pleased.
No, we were together for 12 years before we got married.
So she's used to this.
So she's very used to
Yeah.
it. So the fighting spirit and all. Then after a week later, they sold, I think, 80 to 90 over units
Because of the video.
and like, sure, no.
Yeah.
Then like, that was the only video we did.
Oh my god. Did they pay you anything for it?
Nothing. And because of that, the enormous result, right? All the people thought that I work for the developer. Mana Sean nak jumpa dia, cara dia cakap kan, gempar lah, I suka dia lah. Then only they start offering.
Okay.
Sean, can we offer you
They
something?
see your impact.
Then like, how about we give you something lah? Then I chincai lah open. Until now I still regret, too low. But then like,
They immediately agreed.
then like, okay, now people actually want to pay for this.
Yeah.
And
So that's how.
then from my marketing background, I know how marketing departments of developers do their costing. This is peanuts to them. You look at those like CGI renderings, right?
Yes.
Those are 100, 200,000 videos for 30 second, 1 minute that nobody watches. Only the boss watch only.
Wow. I think we've been like
Oh.
going really well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just quickly drop into the second part of the podcast a little bit more towards advice.
Yeah.
Towards the general listeners, right? I think the main question is, how would you advise people today when they want to buy property, right? As compared to back then when our parents used to buy property, when the market was really, really good, right? And you could get like double, 50%. Now with so much of new properties coming up, right? Is it still a good time to buy property as compared to back then?
Yes, it's still a good time. A lot of people will still like go back to our parents. Hey, why didn't you buy more?
Yeah. We feel like the train has passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in context, like if you are like within 1986, right?
Yeah.
Interest rate was 10%.
Okay.
Now 3% we make a lot of noise. It was 10,
Back then.
and your loan tenure was like 15 years.
Wow.
Although your property is like 300,000,
Yeah.
you still cannot pay. And salary is like $1,800 a month,
Yep.
and you say it's cheap. No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was so
I also
high
like last
back
time I go
then.
and scold the uncle, then the uncle scold me back. You all didn't buy more. Then if you look back at it, banks was really strict. You need to be insider. No one was teaching you how to buy properties. Then you need to pay under table just to buy property, last time.
Yeah.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah. So-
we have this image that property is so easy to buy.
Yeah.
You know,
And we
200
all, and
ringgit.
just because we are in this side of town where everything boomed,
Yeah.
a lot of places died. So that's why everyone is in this realm of theirs, very own private realm, and you believe what you believe.
Yeah.
And that brings up a very important thing where it's about narrative. The only way that we learn about properties usually is by our parents.
Yeah.
If our parents have great experience,
Yep.
then you're an investor.
Yeah.
If they got burned before, that's all, no more.
No more. You're not gonna buy.
You're not gonna buy for the whole family tree, right? No one's gonna buy property anymore because that uncle got burned before. You also want to burn, you idiot, right? Family, sure like that. So I'm fortunate that my family members all made money from properties.
And when you mentioned made money, right? I think another thing would also be like landed versus I think we spoke about it just landed versus high rise.
Yep.
Right. For me, I have this personal perception that landed limited land so price will definitely go up. If you buy like high rise, there's another 2-3 high rise coming up next to it.
Yep.
Any other year.
It's just like any other thing. So why should I invest in a high rise when I can just spend a few more years, save a bit more money, and just get it landed?
So when we talk about investment, capital appreciation, and cash flow will come to mind. Cash flow is when we rent out, so the rental hoping that can cover your installment every month. So there's a lot of apartments now. A lot of people complain don't have. But if you buy, let's say, a 500,000 property, your monthly installment is around 2,002. The rental of today in PJ got 2,007 one. Immediately you buy, every month you make 500. So this is the cash flow game.
Yeah.
A lot of people buy landed because it's for capital appreciation.
Correct.
If I buy 700,000, 10 years later, maybe it's 1.4. But when you say the boat has passed, to me, I think the boat has passed for capital appreciation. Because everyone knows how to play the game already.
Yeah.
And the main difference to think about, the entry price, the cost of entry is very, very different. If you want to go for landed, it's very hard to find any freehold double-story landed below $1 million.
Yes.
in Klang Valley itself. So let's say you have a 1 million, which is right opposite here. The renovation cost is going to be 200,000-300,000 just to make good,
Yep.
not to tear down and rebuild. Meaning like, repaint. Painting also 15,000 ready for the house. A lot of people, that's why landed and high rise, right? It depends on whether you have money or not.
Yes.
If you have money to be parked aside, you have a very good business. I don't want to go through all the hassle. I just buy something. So a lot of these rich people buy factories that is 10, 20 million and leave it empty.
Okay.
Because it's just a better hedge against inflation compared to keeping the money in the bank. So there's a lot of people that buys property with that intent. Just park aside lah. That's why a lot of house empty one, but it's owned by somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, so, but compared to apartments, if you look into the data statistics of Malaysia, the highest price capital appreciation, of course, is still terrace house. I call it the Nasi Lemak property.
Yeah.
All Malaysians love it, man. Then the second that's come very close to it is actually apartments. So if you buy apartments, there will be a fair share of capital appreciation, but cash flow is on your side. So it now depends on, are you a flipper or are you a holder? A lot of people buy, flip.
Yep.
If you buy and flip, let's say you buy 1 million, 10 years later you sell 1.5. Did you make money?
No.
It's just a right price in accordance to time of that time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So inflation is on your side lah. At least you take out whatever value that you put in.
Yep.
For apartment, when I buy, from maybe third month onwards, I don't have to pay anything really because somebody else is paying the installment for me. 10 years later,
How sure are you that someone will actually rent space?
so that
you got apartments everywhere, right?
Yep.
So why y'all?
yeah. So there's two parts. One is before you buy, you gotta know what's the rental already. Not buy only hoping what's the rental like.
Yep.
So
But how would you know? I mean,
and that's the best part of real estate, it's there. So is it new or sub-sale? If it's sub-sale, right, I immediately know what's your neighbor renting out for.
yes.
So your neighbor, like very securely, I go property guru. Hey, rental is 2008. You look at the condition, walao, people still want. So if this one I get, the installment is around maybe 2005. I refurbish it. At least also I can break even.
Yep.
Right? A lot of people like break even not enough. How I look at property investment, I will hold the property until I finish paying up.
It, then you have a free property.
Yes. That's why I don't really care whether interest high or not. Or because a lot of people will say like you buy one property, right? After the interest, right, end of 30 years, you actually pay 2 properties. But
Correct.
no, I pay ma.
Yeah, you pay.
Yep.
So when this property is making breaking even, I use that income to secure and buy my next property again. First one, second one, third one, fourth one.
Yep.
That's how I go. And when one property gives you positive cash flow of 100,
That
what's wrong with that then?
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
So the only criteria of this game, of how it's played, your rental needs to be higher than installment.
But how do you then determine? Let's say it's a let property, and then you know the neighbor's price. What if it's a new development? How would you determine the rental price?
So this one you need to have a guesstimation. So like the one I buy in Bukit Jalil, before I buy, it's in between several blocks.
Okay.
So when I buy, a 3-bedroom is already 2008. Then when I go for house keys, I think we discussed before behind cam. House keys, a month I need to pay 1,700. Close eye lah. So now I'm not thinking about buying one,
Yeah.
Should I buy like
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a very common language among property investors, right? So how many you buying? Buy one. Don't waste time lah. Buy one. You do all the paperwork. Buy one. It's very common.
Yeah.
But to a lot of people, like a whole family, can't even afford one. They
Yeah.
debate so long just because one young chap buy one apartment, right? Then tell the whole world, he's a property owner now,
Yeah.
right? So that allows me, based on my neighbors in 2008. What's the lowest rent around? So there's one low cost one, which is around 1,700. Okay lah, I'm pretty sure that with my design of the building, sure higher lah,
Should be higher
right?
than that,
I got Jaya Grocer down there, I got McDonald's, right? So for sure I will make money. Just that how much I will make only. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of advice would you give to, let's say, a lot of our listeners, they are like younger people,
Yep.
been working for 3-4 years, going to get married. They want to buy their first property, and I think I read, think and what is it, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And It's like, oh, if you buy a property and you stay in it, it becomes somewhat of a liability,
Yep.
right? So how do I find a balance between when can I actually buy and stay in my own property, or when should I buy and then rent it out?
It depends on your ambition. A lot of people buy one already stressful, then I think it's enough lah. So especially when you're younger, you really need to think about like currently the technology enables us to do a lot of things. Like just making videos can make me a fortune, right?
Yep.
It's very hard to come by. So now you have TikTok, you have crypto, you have a lot of Web 3.0. Young chap like my NFT holders is earning 14,000 USD.
Yep.
25 years old. Like, my God, I feel like killing myself. So if you have that kind of money, right? So if you are so secured in other formats, so flexibility should be top priority, not commitment. So don't be too worked up in getting a home. Last time no Bitcoin ma, right? Last time no NFT ma. So the only asset was gold,
Yeah.
stocks, and property.
Like right now, you got a lot of other asset classes, right?
Yeah, and now you can just by one mere trip to the toilet, I buy a lot of things really, right? And it's very dangerous, Now everything is within clicks away.
Make it so easy for your money to go out.
Yeah. So with that in mind, property is not the most important asset anymore, but it's still stable.
Where would you rank it?
To me, it's number one still. Like I was engaged by this financial planner before. Sean, your entire portfolio, right, is like 98%
Property.
Yeah, like how I wish that 2% can be properties. Also. Yeah, all cash, all go in. So just because I know how to play the game, and if you are young, like if I'm 25 again, I will not buy property.
You mean 25 in this
in today's
era,
context,
this era?
Why not?
There's so many other things I can do. I rather put that 20,000 into something. Maybe I set up a podcast like this,
Yep.
and it makes me money, rather than a property that makes rent.
So what you're trying to say is that you're in property because you know how to play the game. But if you were 25 again and had to do it again, it may not be something that you do.
No, I will hold something else. Because now, last time you think about working in Singapore, putting yourself out, doing videos, right?
Yeah.
Cannot be
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what is this? Right? Now everyone with a cam, like you can get famous on TikTok so easily, right? So those are way more important during your younger age, and a commitment is going to tie up your potential. You cannot go out fully in your side gig because you have a commitment to make.
Yes. And you need to work for that commitment.
Yeah.
Spending your time there.
Yeah, so unless you are as in Chinese we say chalked up, meaning like you are so rugged, right? You are like I embrace greed so much, maybe too much lah, to the extent where a lot of people think that I'm insane. Right.
But I think your story is the definition of grit.
So
The
by
whole time.
I'm still fortunate. I have seen worse. So with that, I will go through all that so I can afford one more property, and that makes me happy, knowing that in 30 years' time I'm going to be a bit richer than other people, right? So by that, if you don't have that greed, you don't have that patience, don't go into properties. So if you have a lot of appetite, like you want to play the game like I play, because of the limitation of the first two properties with 90% loan, I used up the 2 DSR for a property for investment first.
Yeah.
Then I rent somewhere else. Like I have investors where they have 18 properties, they still rent a house.
Wow.
So the definition of is still a liability? Yes. Because they rent a house maybe in Tropicana where the rental is 18,000. Don't get me wrong, renting is not poor. And with 18,000, right, the house that they stay is 8 million. Then you put into context, 18,000 cheap, what? And the owner will actually beg him to stay.
Yeah.
Because if it moves out, right, nobody's going to pay 18,000 for the house.
Yeah, correct.
So he get first class treatments. Leaking, immediately got people come. And when you imagine you buy a 8 million property, right? It's very hard to release back to the market.
Yeah.
Who's going to buy 12 million property,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And with all the current new formats of properties coming up, like this is not popular to say, like individual title terrace houses, to me, I think, if it's not gated and guarded, it's not going to be valid anymore in the next 10 years. Because if you have friends and families who got robbed or the house got broken in before, it's a very painful experience.
Yeah.
You know? And would you risk it for your family?
No.
I would actually, like, the basic necessity for a house is safety.
Yeah.
You buy so expensive and it's not safe, then what for?
Yeah.
That's why like apartments becomes great. Like high ends, right? A lot of rich people prefer apartments. They buy a duplex that is like 6 million. Why people stay in one monorail? 12 million the unit. Actually, my friend lives in it. There's a swimming pool up there. They don't even want to share swimming pool. In the water you swim, I don't want to swim.
Wow.
The whole different level.
Yeah.
But when you speak to them, you know the basic things like the property is not their highest worth asset in the house.
Yep.
The painting is. The antique is. The watch that they wear. The property, 6 million. What the hell is 6 million? Yeah. So with that in mind, like landed strata right now, where if you have gated and guarded, that will be the future.
Safety.
So like after I buy like so many already, like I recently just bought a home. Finally.
For your family.
For the whole time you've been, buying, selling properties like that, for the first time right now, you bought a home for yourself.
Yeah. After having a kid, like okay I see
This time.
to contain its energy I need a bigger house.
Yeah.
Right? I don't mind staying in a 350 square feet house. I just need a table.
Yeah.
Edit my video.
That's you, yeah.
Edit a video. So with that in mind, now I can spend a little bit more on living because of my family.
And the first consideration was safety.
It was safety. Because like now, if you know individual title houses, the road is public.
Yeah.
And I visited so many individual mansions, 17 million, 22 million. There's no right of you, right, to not allow me mingling around your house.
Just outside the gate, just chilling out there with my bicycle.
Oh, I can just plant papaya tree. Your one, me? We always say, Akong one, ma, this is like public road, ma.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want, ma. Then you'll be so frustrated.
Exactly.
And it's not popular yet, this concept, but sooner or later it will be. Until like whenever people reach abundance, they want security, safety first before you go for fulfillment and comfort and all.
In your opinion, right, Sean, why is the price of properties not going down, although you have oversupply right now?
Oversupply, we gotta really focus on location.
Okay.
Why Bangsa South and Mont Kiara is still developing and I will still buy without even thinking. Like my latest two purchases are in those areas. They are still coming out and I don't mind. Like here you just stone through, I got 10,000 units, right? But the rental 3,000, I don't care. And that why 3,000 is because the job opportunities are in abundance in that area. So rental rates is an indication of temporary demand of space.
Yeah.
Why people would pay higher than installments. Stupid me. Why you make people rich? Might as well you buy the property.
Yeah, exactly.
But because I only need 3 years there, I don't need long time.
Yes.
There's no point in me buying the whole house. I buy the cow just to drink milk for a day, man. No need, right? Rent the service lah.
Yeah.
So, with that mindset, that's why in these areas there will be a lot of projects where the rental is actually higher than the installment. Like in expat dense areas, Mont Kiara, just because they cannot buy, not they cannot afford, but they cannot buy.
Yeah.
That's why they rent.
Then the rental price is like really
Yeah, so like the one that we rent out in the makeover guys, like a 3-bedroom unit in Residency 22, the one next to 163, 14,000 a month.
Wow.
Other people so dense, so noisy, so zap, 14,000.
Yeah.
Then you think about like oversupply in Johor, because now in a place of nowhere, got nothing, the price per square feet is higher than Mont Kiara.
Wow. This is Forest City talking about.
This is not Forest City, but the one all neighboring.
Yeah.
So these were catering for our neighbors and Singapore for them to buy. You think people no brains, man? So when you think about it, in the nowhere land, you buy a property price more expensive than Bangsa South and Mont Kiara.
That does make sense, right?
Correct. So that's why oversupply. To me, do I care oversupply there, property overhang high. Why I care? The developer made a shot. The CEO should be fired. He will get another job.
Yeah.
Right? No one's going to suffer. Why? Like, it's going to be a ghost town. Maybe and saw thumb in my eyes. It's going to be like Klang last time, got 2 towers that cannot be completed.
Yeah, it's even abandoned. lah.
So in your opinion, in KL right now, is still it's still good. Like, there's no oversupply right now over here.
In my world, even myself are fighting getting insider connection to buy properties. So I'm part of this group where we do bulk purchases. Today, new project release. Okay, I want one. Oh, sold out already.
Wow.
Because the main thing that a lot of people, like the audiences, don't know is the channel of buying is very important. You can walk into a sales gallery today as an individual. You're going to buy properties at retail price.
Yeah.
Right? You are paying most probably the highest price for property. If you have relatives working in property development, you get friend price, family price. If you are a business associate, okay, you get friend price. Or you are royalty, or you have a connection, your father is a Tan Sri or Datuk San or whatever, okay, better. Or unless you are Sean Tan, you also get certain discounts. Beyond that, right, you are going to pay very high price. Yeah. But when we buy in certain arrangements, like we are getting 20-30% discounts.
Wow.
So even if you go out in the sales gallery,
So
you
the
get...
way you buy, you make money, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And when you already make money, don't you want to buy more?
Definitely, yeah.
Right, instantly, right, we know, okay, neighboring, then the same skill sets, neighboring, rent out 2008. My monthly installment is 2000. And when I buy, because of the discounts, because the desperate developer releasing, then we get this arrangement. Where do I get more money?
Yeah, go and buy more.
It's a no-brainer.
So that's why in this realm, we are all thinking like that. Then in other realms, people are still thinking like, it's very expensive lah. Don't even try lah. Whatever. So a lot of people say that property is going to crash. If let's say your neighbor drops 10%, right, instantly snap up. Then a lot of people would then go into just because I answer a lot of questions on DM, that's why I know all these complaints.
Yeah.
The people go lelong. Lelong lah, you see lelong, you think lelong cheap ah?
It's not cheap, man. I tried looking for a while. It's almost like market price.
And you see, you don't look at the bidding, you don't look at the listing price, you look at the bid price and the settled price, the transacted price. It's always higher than market.
Correct. You're not paying even more.
So like a lot of properties where it's like private caveat means that the bank will not give loan. You need to buy in cash. This property also snap. And how I see it now is the imbalanced distribution of money.
Yep.
There are people with way too much money. There are people with no money, and it's only going to be bigger.
Yeah.
Right? So if I have 10 million in the bank today, it's a problem because of inflation. So how to put inflation on my side? Is to buy property. Like how much Bitcoin should I buy? Right? Put 1 million, people only make noise already.
Yep.
Right? By property, it will forever worth something. That's why landed properties, a lot of landed properties, right, are with that intent. Factories. Last time when I was selling factories, people buy factory 12 million. You want me to rent it out for you? No need lah.
Just
Leceh ah. But because in 10 years' time, it will only go up. They don't need it to be very high up, just against inflation will do. So by me looking at it, why am I so positive towards this real estate is in 30 years' time, I will surely win. For sure win. Don't know win by how much only. That's my confidence in real estate. If you are buying now, you try to flip, then you need the different risk profile lah. You need to do way more. And everybody knows how to play the game because of the ease of information right now.
So you're saying if I were to go into property with the long-term mindset, 30 years, I will win. Just how much? Then also to take you back then, you mentioned just now, if you were 25, you wouldn't do it.
Until I find my passion, until I clearly know this is what I want to do, until I die, then only you start getting yourself into commitments.
I understand.
I don't talk about relationships, but sometimes the other half will be the obstacle to their pursuit. If I'm 28 today, TikTok exists, crypto exists, NFT exists. Now I'm late in the game. I'm having my NFT community meetup next week, right? 30 over years old still launch NFT. Yeah, this flirt, old dude, right?
Yeah.
If only I'm 25, right? I've got nothing to lose, right? Oh, I will go hit. Oh, so I will earn so much money back then. But too bad lah. So if I'm 28 again, I will ensure myself, do you want to play the corporate game or you want to try out your stuff? I'll encourage people to try out everything. Start a channel, learn gardening, maybe try to sell things, set up an e-commerce store, do Spotify, then do podcasts, do whatever that you think can make money. Try. Even if you cannot make it, you still have a home. Ma, I damn hungry. Can cook me dinner. I come back now. Last time when I'm in Johor, no one cooks me dinner.
Yeah.
Go mamak them. Money. So if I'm 28 again, I will figure that out first. Because the main mistake is people think that property investment makes you a lot of money. To me, I think business makes more money.
Yes.
If you want to make money, build businesses, buy businesses. So property is to diversify money, diversify wealth. I got earn a lot. Okay, this one build first. Put aside to ensure 30 years later it's there at the market value of that time. Yeah, so that's how I play the game. So monthly, do I put out a lot of money for properties? No, because all are rented out.
Yeah.
So what's my cost actually?
Nothing.
The banks, that's why banks are very concerned. But banks love us. Do you still want more loan?
Yes. Take more loans from us.
That's why I my processes of bank approvals is very, very fast. Just because I know how they mark the papers.
Yeah.
Again, back to the, you know how things are played.
Know how the games play, yeah.
So the bankers are all humans, ma. They also take gaji one, ma. Right? Okay, I don't have KPI. Sean, you want to buy property or not? So we'll be that.
Okay. I think we're coming towards the end of the podcast. So fast. I didn't even realize time had passed. I feel like we've been 1 hour plus, right? So, Sean, I think normally we ask our guests one last question, right? So, I'll just put it this way. Imagine I am like, just going to hit my 30 year mark, right? I'm looking at investments, right? How would you balance the number or the amount of money that you would invest, your portfolio lah, right? How would you balance your portfolio in terms of property and other asset classes? If let's say I was around the age in terms of risk appetite as well.
There's this difference in total net worth versus cash on hand.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would think that you need a lot of money to buy properties. Not really. It's just a 1,000 booking fee. You own a property already. Then until you get the property, then you need like 30,000 to do over, then you rent out, then you collect the deposit, then it's self-running already.
Yeah.
Then that's all for the next 30 years. So it's not that intensive in terms of investment or cash requirement.
Yeah.
But it's very cool to say that. So sometimes I do see that older people try to discourage people from playing it.
Yeah.
So what happens? You rent from me. So I would encourage to just look through it first and see whether it suits your current ambition or risk appetite. Actually, risk not much. Just that scary stories travels around better.
Correct.
Oh, he got burned. He got burned. But people who makes a lot of money,
Yeah.
nobody, you won't see, oh, I'm a millionaire in property. You won't see people like that. So the main reason why youngsters don't like it, because it's slow.
Yeah.
I just sold my property in starting of the year, the one that was painful, the Sembidi. I think I sold for 7 months already. The money is still not here.
It's a slow process, right?
It's a very slow process. And if you like slow like me, then it's fun.
Yeah.
But if you want instant money, you like to roll here, hey, the 7 months, who's going to pay for my interest?
Yeah.
If you think like that, then it's very tough. So I would encourage, my goal is for every Malaysians to at least have 2 to 3 when you are retired. By age 55 or 60, now they push up 70, some more and you work longer. So at least you have one, just in case your kid is a genius. You can put them through dentistry, you can put them through medicine course, whatsoever. If they don't want them bonus, go holiday. Then you have one for your own living. Then you have one, you sell it off, can sustain you until you die. Then your kids will even treat you better just because you have properties in your hand. I'm serious, for old folks, right, who is listening to this, right, don't pass everything to your kids. Hold them to your grave. They'll figure out one.
Yeah.
I see so many cases where they hold, then after they transfer all, right, now he's like a tennis ball being bounced across different kids' house.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
Imagine all the 10 properties you hold to yourself. Everybody will come visit you every day.
Exactly,
So for those uncles, right? And this is very sad. So again, if I'm 28 again, I will study through because the risk and cost of entry is not that high. If you have reached that stage where security is pretty much settled, you have abundance, let's go do it. But if you are not uncertain, if you're still uncertain about your career, then don't. Go for flexibility first.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sean. Wow, I really learned so much from this podcast. I think I'm gonna go possibly look at a few properties after this. Thank you so much, Sean, for your time.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And guys, do tune into Sean's YouTube channel, I Heard, right? You'll get lots of very good information there about different property types, right? And he does it very, very candidly. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll put in the link below.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you everyone for listening to this podcast episode. I hope it has brought you tremendous value. Do share this with your family and friends so that we can help inspire them as well. Together with the journey, let's go out there to aspire, inspire, and perspire.